Welcome to American Dream Life, where we're learning how to grow our beliefs and becoming a united human being. I had mentioned before, I choose to upgrade that tagline to reflect the current situation where where we experience more on that other side of a bedside, depending how you actually look at things, and to see what lessons we can learn from it to do more good in this world. And in order to do that, we get to unite both the bad and the good to become a united human being in the United States of America. So without further ado, I want to share with you a awesome story that I got to experience yesterday with my mom. We had some medical appointments, and they were close by downtown Phoenix, and she had to fasten. I just had a quick breakfast, and it was already in an afternoon. Appointments were quick, but waiting time, registration time was taking forever. So it was definitely hours after, and I quickly Google out a place called Blue Water Grill, and without scrutinizing what the place is about, what I put in Google was fish place near me. I just want to have a fish, and that was the intention. And once I saw that, sounded promising, and decided to start going. It seems like it was just a few miles away, so possibly in the wrong direction, but I already had in mind that I can take different route that will be closer to the location, and I won't kind of lose much of time going a little bit further on the east side. So everything was planned, and when we get closer, I got excited about how cool the location looked like. Well, kind of imitation of like you having that experience of coming on a ship. There were some like a mast in front of the restaurant. There were some wood combined with some bricks in the sidewalk. So you kind of like coming on board. So that was kind of the experience. And just to kind of take a step back, how that's related to our today tagline of how to shift to abundance. So with that, I at some point I kind of check and notice that the pricing are not the McDonald's pricing, and they kind of on the higher end. And instead of coming from the lack, I enjoy, for example, I don't really go to McDonald's. The reasonable price, and honestly, I don't know how they can do it in today pricing world. At Cracker Barrel, you can get a decent meal, and they have plenty of different choices of fishes for around $10 with a couple of sides, which is plenty to have. And when I saw some pricing for some meals that they were like over $20 each, that was kind of interesting thought that show up. However, to actually shift that thought from some kind of lack to abundance, let's experience, let's see what it's all about. I always curious of trying new places, some neat places, especially for food, and tasting different variation of fish. So I'm all for it. So instead of closing my mind, nope, we won't go because it's more expensive. Let's find some, I don't know, some cheaper version, and spending times wasting my time to find the place that might be having more reasonable prices. We will keep going. My mom seems like will also open to the experience, and when I actually was preparing her with being on a fixed budget and stuff, so to the experience that it will be on a bit of a higher end experience, she's like, well, it's just money. So that was kind of her response. Possibly I didn't clarify how expensive the food will be. So when we got to the restaurant, and I'm so kind of wowing about the experience of being a neat place, and having those kind of different things to make that experience enjoyable, different signs, different pictures, fishes hanging on the walls, some pictures of fishermen, and some bar area, and like a blackboard with some written happy hour specials. And the others, they also had like a fish market in the front that you could actually purchase some fish. So I'm so kind of wowing around that. We decided to actually go closer to the window, like on the other deck, to experience some more light on that ship. And and we sat down, and my mom started looking at the menu. She needs support because her English never took upon herself to actually learn the language over all those years. She was relying on us, helping her with that. So she unconsciously picked few words here and there, not knowing that she actually using English words, and she thinks that it's in her Polish vocabulary. So anyhow, so sometimes it's funny when she says some English words and not knowing that they are English. So after all those years, she did pick up some words. So anyhow, so she, understand Polish numbers or English numbers or any others are the same. So she could notice where the pricing menu included pricing. So she started kind of one thing that we got clear on was the pricing, and kind of she was a little bit cringing that the pricing is a little bit more than she can kind of digest. And I'm like, don't worry about it, just let's have the meal and stuff. The other thing, so it was all about that shifting, going through experience to fulfill our intention that we will have a good time, we have great experience, and have a good food. For her, I was almost like in heaven because it was all kinds of fishes, even though on the higher price end, there was definitely something more reasonable to choose from. And so I was so excited about it. For her, she doesn't like the fish. So she was hoping that if we go to fish place, there will be some other options available. There was just one actually dish on the menu that had a chicken. And with that chicken, when our hostess explained, it was a breast of chicken. So my mom was like, "No, I don't want that chicken. It will be probably dry. I don't want a dry chicken breast." And somehow she was kind of resisting. Is there any other option? The hostess waitress, actually our waitress, suggested maybe she has a hamburger that we didn't even see on the menu. However, I think she was trying to help us there, to somehow make that experience more enjoyable for my mom. And we admitted that she's not the big fan of fish. And what it was happening, she was kind of leaning towards that hamburger, and I was saying, like, try that chicken and see if you don't like, then we'll say that it's too dry or something, and maybe there will be a need to redo it, or maybe you will have for later or whatever. We'll figure it out. Just try it. So she was kind of open enough to decide, yes, let's try it. It was nice with mashed potatoes. And I was like joking, well, there will be at least mashed potatoes and stuff, so you will have something, and asparagus. So anyhow, so long story short, she decided to go for it. Nice surprise we had, actually, when the dishes came back ready for us to eat. They were actually huge plates. Like, for example, my fish I choose on the rainbow trout was just split debone and beheaded fish with the skin on the grill. Whole fish, rainbow trout, like I said, without the bones and head. And that was like taking most of the plate. I ordered also some French fries, and coleslaw was a little bit differently prepared. So I really enjoy it, and it was a lot of food. I guess I was hungry, and I enjoyed so much that I started with a fish, then mashed potatoes, and not with the coleslaw. My mom had the mashed potatoes and some fries, and I finished the whole meal. So felt kind of abandoned that I can finish that and enjoy fully. my experience. And my mom also enjoyed too. Apparently, that it was almost half as chicken that she got, with not just breast, with the skin, that I think was preserving some of that moisture, that it wasn't dry, and some good mashed potatoes, I think, with cheese and asparagus. It was awesome sauce with it, so she really enjoyed. She couldn't finish the whole thing, even though she was fasting and didn't have anything for half of the day, and she enjoyed that. So we didn't have to change anything with that. We actually ordered something to go for my father, and another plate like similar to mine. He also enjoys fish, and some soup plain chowder for my husband. And my daughter was actually decided to be in more of about the pricing. She claimed, I'm like, if the price wouldn't be a issue, what would you pick from the menu? I want her to kind of be more open to the experience. However, she claimed that there's nothing that she would enjoy eating, and she didn't want to order anything. So, anyhow, so we did definitely spend some money. We kind of, my mom chipped in. I didn't want her, I want actually to pay the whole bill, but she was insisting on chipping in somehow. I added some more, and we were enjoying that. And during the conversation, we were waiting on our for our meals. What was happening? My mom actually came out with a story, and we had a chance to kind of chat. Why we were talking many times. She was preparing fish different, and I enjoy it, but she didn't want to eat. And we got to the conversation why she didn't like the fish anymore. She claimed that actually her father used to fish, and a lot, and he was constantly bringing fish home, and that's why she doesn't like fish. And she didn't share much more details. That it was kind of her story of why she's no longer really cannot look even at the fish. She just had too much of it, too abundant with it in growing up. So possibly, I know she had to uh, prepare that. So possibly that's why her resistance is showing up right now. That if her father was fishing, and possibly it was her responsibility to clean those fishes and prepare them and stuff. So possibly that's more, not so much about eating that fish, but probably the process of preparation and how to do it, and possibly, but probably it's a subject for another matter. So it's just that kind of shifting, coming back to that shift of abundance from the scarcity, that can go actually either way, like I just described with my mom, when that was that abundance of fishes in her growing up, and she coming kind of to the lack right now, and resistance because she doesn't want that anymore. She rather experience something else. And the other way around, like about the pricing that we discussed, to allow yourself to shift, because many times a lot of things we kind of basing on the money, and not allowing ourselves having the experience because of the price that we're putting on it, either in really the like on the menu, the pricing on the menu, but also price can be kind of, or costs involved. It's not always the price on the menu, but also our energy, our time, price that we actually paying for being in resistance and being in a lack mentality, that we're not allowing ourselves to experience fully what we would actually love to experience. We deny ourselves that little pleasure and joy and happiness in life, because sometimes it's that menu, price on the menu, that feels that we don't deserve that, or it's too expensive, and we hide behind that, or there's some other excuses that might be showing up in mind. So the lesson I want to kind of share today with that shift and stuff, and kind of what I'm extracting from the experience of learning how to start observing your thoughts of that lack, so you can start shifting to abundance. And I'm a work in progress, and I keep doing that, growing up with more kind of scarcity mindset, especially around the money. because my parents were abandoned in other areas, and which is kind of sometimes strange, helping, having a big heart and very caring for others and helping others and really open to support of others. However, that money thing was somehow, they were not lacking, they were know how to figure out how to be resourceful, and that's possibly what I also learned growing up and got to experience and practice, and that's how I actually enjoy it, because finding that. But they didn't really were like, I don't know, wealthy or something. They just had enough, I believe. And sometimes how it was showing up, even though that they seems to have enough and willing to actually help others, support others with that enough. They felt that they need to work hard for that money. So that kind of mentality was that I actually also picked on it. That I'm working on kind of breaking, that you really have to work hard to earn the money. And there's some situation that I actually, hello, whoever joined, picked myself on, that even if I was able to start earning more money in my real estate business, because of different commission structure and stuff, I kind of, by observing my thoughts, by observing my behaviors, I noticed that I actually was trying to do more, because I felt that I will be paid more, so I have to do more for my clients to deserve that money. So when you start really be, like I mentioned, observer, kind of like a almost third party in your life, where those kind of crazy thoughts are showing up, not allowing you to experience fully and be that united human being in your life. When you start observing, and then that's kind of the first thing is awareness. When you start having that awareness and not discount that awareness, but actually taking some actions towards creating a better experience and better reality in your life, and experience fully, and transforming the feelings of scarcity to more abundance. More abundance starts showing up in your life in different places, for you to experience. And when you in more joy, love, and happiness and peace, then guess what? That more showing up in your life as well. So I hope it's of support today with that story that I get to experience, and just sharing some thoughts on how I get to observe myself on picking on some scarcity mentality to shift to that abundance. If there's anything I can do to support you, feel free to reach out, and stay tuned for the next episodes. Thanks so much. Enjoy your today and take care. Talk to you soon.